Hi again. This is part two of best, worst, and what I've learned in 2021 and what I'm planning for 2022 in the garden. So I stopped with beans last time, and the next one on my list is peppers. Peppers didn't do great. They would develop fruit and then get like black spots on them. Excuse me. And I had a purple variety. It was almost black. I don't know why I grew that. I like green peppers, so and I like red peppers and yellow, but I had green and those purpley ones. But they all did kind of the same thing. I got a few, but I think I would just try some green peppers again. I might have to look into what the deal was with them. I don't know what was wrong with them. And I don't think anyone else in my family really likes peppers a whole lot. I'm about the only person. So I don't need to grow many of those for my family. I also like for this year though to try some hot peppers to grow for drying, to use in spices. And the other thing I grew was I bought the little multicolored peppers that you can buy at the grocery store in like a bag. And I bought those and saved seeds and planted them and then heard that they probably wouldn't grow. They actually did really well and gave me a lot of those little multicolored peppers. Now I didn't use them as I should have. Seems to be a theme here. But I would grow those again. They're good for just snacking, like just putting with some cheese as a snack or something. And it worked from the grocery store, so even though I was told it wouldn't. So that's peppers. Zucchini, I only grew one variety of zucchini this year, and I think I had 6 plants. I guess I should have checked that. It was between 6 and 8. I think it was only 6. And they did okay. Some people are like, oh, don't grow zucchini, you get so many. But I didn't really feel like that. I got a good amount. What surprised me this year, though, is they usually die at a certain point during the summer, and they're done. And mine looked like they were going to die, and then all of a sudden they came back, and then they gave me more zucchinis. So I don't know what that was about, but that was kind of nice. And I also only discovered near the end of the season that some of my family actually enjoys the zucchini boats, where you put like meat or ricotta mixtures or whatever inside the zucchini. You know, you scoop out and bake them like that, and it's delicious. And I thought other people in my family wouldn't like that, but I found out they did. So I'll keep that in mind for next year. It's really important to know what you're going to do with the food you grow. I found out. That was one thing I definitely learned this year. So then we move on to squash. Zucchini is a summer squash, and that was the only one I grew. Then I grew winter squash as well. Sweet meat. Those are the big, grayish, greenish ones. They were growing on the trellis and ended up growing all through the corn as well. I think the biggest one we got was like 20 pounds, so they're big. They're big, and I found out they're delicious. They really are good. And they're pretty good storage. I had one that completely disintegrated in my storage room. And we had these fruit flies all over the house, and I couldn't figure out what it was coming from. And I had checked in there, and I didn't see it because it was hiding back in a corner, but it was from that. So, but other than that, they've kept really well. And I'm not sure how many. I probably at least got a dozen of those. And I mean, we're talking, some of them are huge. So when I make one, I freeze a lot of it. Like, you know, I put some of it back in the freezer, and then because it makes so much at once. So that was great. I will definitely grow those again if I need to by next year, because we have so many and they're so big. And my family's just starting to eat that. We didn't normally eat squash before, but when you grow something yourself, you have to try new things, and you can discover some great things, some good things. And I also grew the little green, I think they were called kombucha. Like I said, I'll do something with the varieties, with the actual varieties. I'm terrible at remembering them. Hubbard maybe is another name for them. That might just be the shape. I don't know. But they did pretty well as well. I don't know how many plants I had of those. But they're great for just cutting in half, scooping out the seeds, roasting and stuffing with like a meat mixture as well. Kind of like the zucchini boats, and then you roast them, and then you just kind of scoop it out with whatever's inside and eat it. It's pretty delicious. Most of my family liked it, except my youngest son. So they're a really nice size, serving size when you cut them, and they seem to be keeping well in my storage room. But of course, as with all squashes, these, excuse me, they are space greedy, you know, so they were all over the place. But it really isn't a big deal. It's not like they're going and rooting everywhere. So as long as you can get through the garden, it's okay. And then I also grew a birdhouse gourd, which is the thing shaped like that. I grew it on the fence in the back corner of the vegetable garden, and it was actually a beautiful vine. It felt like velvet. The flowers were beautiful, this white, beautiful. They smelled good and were just really pretty. And it was very prolific. The only thing is, the reason I got them was I heard that they're good medicinally, but I really don't know how to use them medicinally. Not that I would necessarily need them anyway. And I tried to find out if you can eat them, and I couldn't really find a clear thing about that. So we didn't even do anything with them. We didn't even make birdhouses out of them. So I wouldn't grow those again. Definitely not in the vegetable garden anyway. And they bent the fence. There were so many of them. They got so big and so heavy that they started to bend the fence. So I won't do that again. But it was a beautiful vine, I have to say. And then I had the volunteer baby gourds, little baby looking pumpkin things just for decorating, that had grown on the one side of the fence at the near the entrance, the one entrance of the garden. And I'll take those kind of volunteers. They were great for decorating, and they really didn't, you know, if the vine started to grow out too far into the path, I'd just chop it back. So they were awesome. I would, you know, I guess I should have saved seeds from them, but I didn't. They were great, and that was a kind of gourd as well, or squash. And then the other thing, peanuts. My sons grew 6 to 8 peanut plants, and that was a fun experiment. It was fun to see how they grew. It was fun to see the pretty flowers, and we got a few peanuts. I'm not sure I would do that again unless I had a spot where I didn't have anything else to do, just for the fun again. It wasn't really anything for a real harvest. Now, possibly if I did it somewhere else where it wasn't just in my vegetable garden, maybe it'd be fun to try. So that's a thought. But taking up space in the vegetable garden, I don't think I would do it in there again. And then I'll talk about corn yet. If you see me keep glancing over here, I'm watching my time. I don't want to get too long. So corn, we grew an heirloom dent corn, which is the kind you grind for cornmeal. I don't know the name of it. We got it from a friend who has a farm. It's from Italy. It's red. It's beautiful. and it's delicious. I will definitely be growing that again. And you may have seen, I don't know if I did a video of how, maybe I did, of how tall it got. It got to be like 15 feet tall. It was ridiculous. And then of course it got blown over in a storm. So that part wasn't great. And we did lose some because of that, because it gets moldy or whatever. But we got a decent harvest from it. I was pleased. So that was the heirloom dent corn. I'll definitely grow that again. Oh, and then I grew popcorn. The variety was called Bear's Paw. It is the best popcorn we have ever tasted. My husband loves popcorn, and he says he dreams about it. That's how much he loves it. So definitely be growing that, and I'll be growing more. I didn't grow very much, and so we had just a little bit, and it's almost gone already. But it was really good. Same thing though, it did blow over. It wasn't as tall as the other corn, but it did blow over in a storm. I tried to tie it back up. It didn't work. So I'm not sure what the solution for that is, but definitely be growing the Bear's Paw popcorn again. It was delicious, but I need to grow more of it in 2022. So I'll do a little bit longer here. Next we'll do the root vegetables. A real quick mention I'm going to give to kohlrabi. It was just a fun experiment, fun try. I don't know that I'll grow it again. I mean, it was fun to see it and fun. I guess I did eat it, but I can't say I loved it. And my family was kind of meh. So I probably won't be growing that again. That was just for fun. And then turnips did really well, especially planted early. They can be really strong. I think maybe I need to learn when to harvest them when they're smaller, because they can get really, just a really strong flavor. And they are good added to stews and things. So I'll grow a few of those again. And then radishes, we just grow radishes. My boys love to grow radishes. They're just fun because they're so fast and you just pull them out and you can eat them. So we always plant some of those. And they don't take up that much space and they're done fast. Red beets, I'll plant more of those. I found out that I like them. I didn't think I liked red beets. But I grew my own, and you roast them in the oven, and they were delicious. They were absolutely delicious. I was very surprised. Pleasantly surprised. And then carrots are great. They did really well. I succession planted those. That's one of the only crops that I was pretty good about succession planting and stuff. In fact, I still have some out there right now. I just pulled one out of the snow yesterday and ate it. So I'm very impressed with the way carrots, and we eat a lot of carrots. I use a lot of carrots in my cooking. And my kids love to just pull them out and eat them. So definitely be doing lots of carrots. I did grow some of the little small round ones. I don't think I would bother with those again. They were fun for a novelty, but the regular long carrots work well for us. And I could interplant those with things too, which I need to keep in mind because they don't take a whole lot of space, so those could be interplanted. Once again, making sure I leave enough space though. So yeah, that was the root vegetables. I think I got everything in there. I may have missed something. But that's what I'm doing so far. Next time we will go into the rest. Maybe not in one more video. It might be a couple more videos. But thanks for watching part 2. See you next time.